Chapter 22 starts off with the march at the marketplace that interrupts Hester's thoughts of what might come in the near future in reference to Chillingsworth's plans to board the ship with them. As Hester, Pearl, and the townspeople watch the celebration parade for a while, Dimmesdale passes by next. Dimmesdale looks to be more energized, happy, and healthy, in contrast to the days before the procession when Hester and him interacted in the forest. Hester feels that the Reverend is a new person and so distant from her that she can barely recognize him. These thoughts provoke melancholy and cause her to consider whether or not their plan of leaving to Boston was the right thing to do. Pearl asks Hester if Dimmesdale was the same person that kissed her forehead in the forest, and Hester dismisses her question by telling her not to talk about what happened in the forest in the marketplace. Mistress Hibbins makes her way toward Hester and begins to question whether Dimmesdale was the man she had interacted with in the forest. Hester denies, and Hibbins brings up the topic of the Scarlet Letter and questions why the Reverend is trying to hide his mark with his hand over his heart. When she finally leaves, Hester goes to the scaffold which she was put on for her public shaming and listens to Dimmesdale's powerful sermon that had moved all the townspeople. Pearl, who walked around the marketplace, comes back to her mother to inform her that Roger Chillingsworth has decided to bring the Reverend as well, and for Hester to only worry about herself and Pearl. The news ruins her high spirits from hearing the sermon, and she then began to notice that people who were and were not familiar with her Scarlet Letter now have all gathered around her. The pain of silent judgment burns in Hester's chest with shame and embarrassment, as it did when she first got it on her 7 years ago. Everyone started to stare at Hester Prynne because of the rumor that there is a woman who bears the Scarlet Letter on her chest. Word must have gone around and people were curious to see it in person. Based off the current situation, Hester's plans to escape England might not be the way she would hope for it to turn out.